How to be a high value woman. I don't make these rules. These are social rules that are traditionally used in the Western society. Again, I don't make the rules. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but hopefully these three things make it easier for women out there to be a high value woman. Because so much, I would say, in my opinion, the media lies to women so much about what women need to be high value, and they put out the Kardashians, they put out this behavior, etc., what women should do, and it's totally opposite of what guys really want. And the girls get confused. They're like, well, but he went with the girl who was covered in makeup and had all the botched face and stuff. And it's like, well, that girl was just easy. So don't confuse a girl being easy with a girl being designed for a relationship. So I'm talking about how to be a high value woman to be designed for an actual relationship, which is what most women actually want, a long-term relationship with the bro, the romance, the 50 Shades of Grey vibes. That stuff. That's what women want. Okay, could be crazy, but I don't think any woman out there wants to be ran through, versus what they can have in a relationship. That's just been my experience anyway. But women do certain things and they end up putting themselves in the fuck zone, and that's very unfortunate. And then the relationship guys are like, nah, maybe for the weekend, but not more than that, or maybe here and there, but not more than that. So this is what happens. There's the three things that women tragically mistake, fail on, or don't think it's that important. And the three things that high value men, there are many videos on what high value man is, but basically a high value man is a woman who's desired, a man who's desired by women, a woman who's desired by women, a man who's desired by women, in terms of a guy who can make her feel good, provision, etc. Done many videos on that. He has time for her, he has experience with women, he has certain aesthetic, certain anatomy, things like that, certain income, certain status, vibe, these things that women universally seek. Unfortunately, not many men are in that bracket at all. Not many men. Plus, that man wants a relationship with her. We're almost talking unicorn territory, And so women are out there trying to find these unicorn men, and they're just fucking up big time, just missing opportunities because of their behavior. It's crazy. Again, girls have got to preserve their value. Men are expected to build their value. As an 18-year-old man, you're seen as nothing basically. Where's your value? What can you provide? Maybe you look good and you got certain. Okay, cool, but what do you provide for women? And women 18, her value, man, you could be in mad debt and be like in mad debt. So you can be in mad debt, right? You can be in mad debt as a chick and be 18, but provide three things: sex, sunshine, and loyalty to a high value man. He's like, man, she's a keeper. That's all you need to have, mate. The three fundamentals: sufficient sex, sufficient sunshine, and sufficient loyalty. That's all you need. You don't need to be a doctor. You don't need to have a Bugatti. You don't need to have rich parents. You don't need to have parents. You don't even need to be able to speak English properly. You can you can be a high value woman with in debt because you bought a water buffalo for your family and it got washed away in a flood. Now you're in debt. A guy will be like, no, we'll fix that up. You can be a high value woman and have absolutely zero financial assets, actually be in a negative balance, and guys will be like, that's okay, we'll fix that up. That's the reality, okay? So if you're providing those three things, the three fundamentals that all high value men want for a girl for a relationship: sufficient sex, sufficient sunshine, sufficient loyalty. That's it, girls. And you got girls out there, they're putting all this emphasis on their appearance, like getting face injections and cooking their hair and buying expensive dresses and handbags and all this silly stuff and all this Botox and stuff, and that just devalues you to men who you really want, okay? In the relationship, it does. Girls are going to clubs, girls are going on dating apps, girls are getting too flirty with bros' friends or online in general, and they're just devaluing themselves. They just lower their value. And girls are like, that's not true. I got sex with a high value man once. Yeah, you got sex from him, but you didn't get to keep him, because once a man comes, he comes to his senses. So he might be hot and horny for you. Yeah, I mean, every girl knows that. Yeah, but eventually does. Every woman finds that out. But then once he comes to his senses. He's like, actually, I'm busy now. All right, thanks for hanging out. It's been a great afternoon, great night, great day, great weekend, great month, whatever. I've got to go. I got this. I got my wife. I've got my kids. I got work. I've got other priorities than you, because you didn't provide enough sex, sunshine, and loyalty. And the sex one is a big one. But I'm going to say the sunshine and loyalty is the most important one, because sex for high value men is easy to get for them as it is for most women out there. It's as easy because these dating apps like Bumble, Tinder, Hinge, make it an absolute video game, easy for guys, high value guys, desired men to get sex. It's so easy. All you do is just swipe right 100 times, 1,000 times, and then you got a short list, and then you go from there. And you know, and guys aren't too not too fussy when it comes to just getting a chick for a hookup. You know what I mean? Every woman at some point understands that. So that's where a lot of girls, they get alpha widowed, because they get high value man for the weekend or for the hour, or for half an hour, afternoon or whatever, and then that's it. And then he never sees them again, or he gets them now and then here and there. You know, and they're like, why can't I keep this guy? Because he doesn't see you as a high value girl. Because maybe you probably give him the sex part, you know, maybe give him the sunshine part, because he met you on a dating app. He knows you're not the loyal part, unfortunately. And here's the crazy part: that girl could be a loyal girl, and it's the first time she's using an app, but the guy don't know that, you know, and he's just going to jump to conclusions. Yep, she's just another Bumble Basic or another Tinder Tracy, etc. So that's the mistake girls make, and because as a high value man, you have so many options with women. You literally have millions of options with women if you're a high value man, because a high value man is so rare today. So men, we're just thinking next. We're thinking like women, next, like women just think next. You know, so women got to understand that. So the big one is the loyalty. That I would say that's a foundation. Loyalty / discernment, right? If you don't have that loyalty, he's just thinking this chick's going to be, again, high value men. We have money, we have jobs, we have responsibilities, we have drive, we have purpose, we have a life mission. And a girl who's not loyal is going to create excess drama and excess energy drain. And we're going to be thinking, yeah, the sex might be really good, but just the drama, the juice ain't going to be worth the squeeze, because there's so many girls out there who are going to do a better deal at those 3 things. That's how easy women have it, man. Women have it that easy. 3 things, all right? You could be a 50-year-old woman, a 60-year-old woman, and still have an advantage in the relationship material versus an 18-year-old hot chick. Because maybe the 18-year-old hot chick has an aesthetic, but you could be a 50, 60-year-old woman, and if you nail down those 3, the sunshine, the loyalty, the sex part, you can have an advantage over an 18-year-old. So on the street, maybe you don't have that aesthetic. So the attention is focused on an 18-year-old, and maybe not you as a 50, 60-year-old, etc. But if you get a chance of a high-value man, he'll be able to see those 3 things what you have. Okay. Notice how I didn't put aesthetic there. Notice how the top 3 aesthetic's not even there. I mean, aesthetics is important, but in terms of relationship, these 3 things are far more important. Because as a guy, if you've got a girl who's really aesthetic, as soon as you come, and she doesn't meet those other criteria, you're thinking, oh my God, what am I doing here? This is stupid. What the fuck, dude? What are you thinking, man? This girl's crazy, or she's got a boyfriend, she's got a husband. What am I doing here? This is crazy. So just like, okay, I'll have to wrap this up nicely. You know, maybe you might see her again, maybe not. Maybe you're seeing this conflict, like you got your nuts want to go again, maybe tomorrow, whenever, but then your logic's going, dude, this is a bad situation, you know. So yeah, so that's the reality there. So the aesthetics, women get tricked into that, and this billion-dollar industry about hair and cosmetics and makeup and surgery, telling women if you only look prettier, you'll get this guy. It's absolute fucking bullshit, man. And look at all the escorts out there in Monaco, all these influencer chicks, or just people out there in general, these girls who are with these billionaire bros, and they're just getting rotated through, and all these girls look miserable. They've got a $10,000 handbag and a diamond ring, or maybe sugar daddy buys them a Ferrari. These girls are fucking miserable because they can't even get a relationship, right? And they look the part, or they do for a bit, and then they just botch it up and look like Michael Jackson, etc. And that's unfortunate. But anyway, I'm not here to shame anyone for your choices. I'm just here to educate and let people know out there, women especially, that's the only 3 things you really have to nail down: the sex sufficiency, the sunshine sufficiency, and the loyalty sufficiency. And the sunshine one can be hard because you're like, well, I was nice to a guy and he was a bastard. Just stay, like, just give yourself like that. And if someone doesn't appreciate that consistently, then bounce, okay? And they've saved you time, bounce. But if you don't consistently provide those 3 things, then that's okay. That is okay. That's your choice. But don't expect a high value man to really prioritize you, etc. Because again, in life, unfortunately it's something to something. Love ain't fair. Life ain't fair. I don't know how it goes, but it's just, not everyone's our flavor. We're not everyone's flavor. That's okay. But if I like the job I'm in, then I'm going to do what it takes to stay in the job. Okay, so if you're in the relationship you want to be in there, then we both parties, men and women, have to, and it is harder for men, because men, you got to like tick all these boxes that women expect, all right? But women, you need 3 boxes, man. 3 boxes, okay? How much drama do you bring? So you might not have much aesthetics, but you bring 0 drama to a guy's life. And he's thinking, yeah, she's not the hottest thing out there, but her sex is good enough, and her loyalty's definitely there, and she brings sunshine. There's no drama with her. But aesthetically, she's like, she ain't a Victoria's top model or whatever. And that's okay, because she brings the other 3 things. That's why sometimes you see guys out there with these chicks in there. How did she get him? And she's not a beard, right? She's not a beard. Look what beard it is. She's not a beard. The dude is straight. She's not a beard, but she brings the 3 things to the table: the sufficient sex, the sufficient sunshine, the sufficient loyalty. Right? And maybe this guy has a few hot chicks on the side. Maybe he does do that. Okay. But he don't love them, and he just pumps and dumps them. Okay. Meanwhile, he comes back to his top 3 value girl: the sufficient sex, sufficient sunshine, sufficient loyalty, and she's got it. She's good to go. She's got the relationship she wants. Okay. She's got the majority of his time, etc. So she wins. Meanwhile, all these girls out there, doing all these things that the Kardashians are paid to promote, they just miss out on that relationship they really want, and then they end up on the dating apps. They're getting ran through, and then up, with 7 cats and dogs, and end up not enjoying men at the time because they just choose the wrong men, or they had the right man and they fuck it up because they didn't focus on those top 3 things: sunshine, sex, and loyalty. Loyalty / discernment. Loyalty, I guess, are 2 different things, but loyalty is just such a powerful thing, man. Like, if you find a chick who's loyal to you, that is fucking huge. Consistently loyal, because women have the ups and downs. Women get pissed off, they hate you, they love you, they're up and down. But if you have a woman who's consistently there, consistently loyal to you, then you got something special going on there. But as soon as you don't have that, as soon as a woman's not loyal to you, she don't respect you, let her go, set her free, because she's just buying time until she finds a better option than you. And as they say, she ain't yours, it's just your turn. And that's especially the case for a girl who's publicly ain't gonna be loyal to you, etc. And again, people go, well, he did this, and whatever. Okay, I'm not saying those things are right. I'm just saying, if you want to preserve your value, just like me, I could be in a situation where I'm in a road rage situation. Someone cuts me off on my bike or takes a risk, and I'll go and punch them. I beat them up. I break their nose, and somebody's like, "Yeah, you deserved it." And then I'm going to court now. I'm getting charged, and maybe I regret it. Maybe I shouldn't have broke his nose. What it was, that's dumb, But too late. I can say, well, they cut me off and they risked my life, and yeah, okay, but then I lose my value because now I've got a criminal record. Now I can't go to the USA, or now I've got to do a payout, or whatever. I lose my value. So whatever happens in life, people, preserve your value. Okay, as that's a great example, isn't it? As in a road rage situation, break the dude's nose or do whatever, and then they sue me, and they're going to pay $100,000 out. I lose my value. I lose a bit of value there, don't I? Just because I couldn't control my rage or whatever. And maybe it was justified, whatever. But I lose my value. So at the end of the day, my goal, I get suppressed. So the girl does something, lowers her value permanently. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Okay, was it worth it? And someone was like, yeah, it was worth it. He pissed me off. It was worth it. Your life, your choices. Women got to preserve their value. Men got to build their value. Just how it is. I don't make the rules. I think life is very harsh. It's very cruel. And women don't care about your feelings. That's how it is. I guess people in general don't care about feelings too much. But a lot of guys get bitter towards women, and a lot of women get bitter towards men because they don't understand these social rules, and men don't understand, and women can just, boom, change like that. It's one thing you rely on as a man, you're going to change your mind. Okay, and you've got to accept that, guys. All right, stop being bitter at women, because women change their mind. Women can get hot and horny for a handbag or a pair of heels or a dress. Got to have it, pay a premium, and never ever wear it, or wear it once, and then depop it 2 years later for $50. So it's just, this is how it is. This is the nature of the feminine. I shouldn't say women, it's the nature of the feminine, okay? Feminine guys can be like that too. So that's just the deal there. But that's the tip for women out there who want a relationship. Be a top tier woman. 3 things: the sufficient sex, the sufficient sunshine, sufficient loyalty. and you're good to go. You're going to lock down that long-term relationship. What top tier guy is ever going to bounce a girl who's consistently the SSL? There's no guy on the planet who's going to want to kick a girl like that out of his life. Why would you? Because those girls are so freaking rare. Okay, they're so rare. A girl can consistently deliver the SSL. They're actually rare, and there's millions of women out there. You might be a top tier man who has millions of options, but you understand that those girls are almost a bit unicorn as well. Okay, those girls are almost unicorn as well. So when you come across one of those girls, you're like, I want to keep this going on. Otherwise, you're going to miss out. That's wrap up. Simple stuff. Girls get caught up in stuff that devalues them, and then that sucks them into a microeconomy or micro funnel into another economy with the cosmetics and stuff and buying all this dating app bullshit. And it's a fucking scam, man. It's disgusting. A lot of what women get lied to and tricked into doing, and they just get tricked into lowering their value and getting with fuck boys and in situations where people don't value them, and self-esteem gets crushed and it just goes to shit. It's really sad.